Bradford City were a big part of one of my favourite career modes ever, and I hope after you finish this video you'll seriously consider them for your next save. I was doing a journeyman career where I tried to move clubs a few times over the duration of a save. After starting in League Two with Mansfield, I moved to the then League One club Bradford City. I knew a small bit about their history. I was trying to get them back up to the Premier League where they spent a few years when I first got into football back in the 2000s. I signed a few EFL mainstays, Fondre, Garner, Jem Karacan and Lee Tomlin. Fans of the EFL will recognise most, if not all of these guys, and the chances are they probably played for one of your clubs. And that's how I built up my save, with older, declining, but still good players that I could get for very, very cheap. I found this so fun that I've even done very similar saves in the past with other lower league teams, but Bradford were just the best to do this with in my opinion. They have a long history of 119 years, they have a very big stadium for League Two with 25,000 seats, and they have some fairly recent success of getting back to the Premier League, so a full road to glory doesn't quite seem as unrealistic as some of the other teams in the league. One of my favourite things about playing with any team from Yorkshire is the sheer amount of rivalry games that you can have. The Premier League has Leeds from Yorkshire, the Championship has Barnsley, Huddersfield, Hull, Sheffield United and technically Middlesbrough, League 1 has Doncaster, Rotherham, Sheffield Wednesday, and League 2 has Harrogate and Bradford City. So no matter which league you're in, the chances are you're going to have at least one other team from Yorkshire in there. Bradford City supporters hold the West Yorkshire derby rivalries with Huddersfield Town and Leeds United as the most important, but they do also have a Bradford derby with a now non-league side Bradford Park Avenue. Huddersfield in particular are a team you should take some really good inspiration from. Not only are they rivals with Bradford in a similar area and a similar size city, but they've also spent a similar amount of time bouncing between the 2nd and 4th divisions over the past 100 years. So if you do need any inspiration, have a look at how Huddersfield managed to progress back into the Premier League in the late 2010s, because it is quite a cool story and really you could probably emulate it quite closely with Bradford City. If you do want a truly unique save where you're not copying anyone else's strategies, why not combine your road to glory with Bradford with a massive restriction? See if you can get to the Premier League with Bradford while only signing players from Yorkshire. I've seen this done with London in the past. There's quite a few London teams in League 2, and of course you do have around 10 million people living in London, so plenty to choose from. But with 5.4 million people in Yorkshire, it's not that far behind, so you do actually have a good chance of doing something with an amazing homegrown team of Yorkshiremen. You could have a back three of Kyle Walker, John Stones and Harry Maguire, and if you go back far enough, even sign Radamel Falcao, whose grandfather came from Yorkshire. Enough about the save, let's have a quick look through who you'll be starting out your squad with. Elliot Watt will probably be your standout initial player. He's a defensive midfielder with 90 stamina, so you can expect this guy to perform at both ends of the pitch, and honestly, you should expect him to be either your captain or one of your best players in every single match. On the wings, you'll have Jamie Walker, who'll probably be your starting right mid. He doesn't have blistering pace, but he'll still have 30 to 40 more than most League 2 defenders, so expect him to either provide or finish 15 goals in your first season. On your other wing, Charles Vernon has stats designed perfectly for lower league management on FIFA. He's mid-80s for both speed stats and between 85 and 90 for agility, balance and jumping. If you can work on this guy's technicals, then he does have all of the physical stats perfect to play way higher up in the league. He'll be guaranteed to be effective no matter how you use him, and higher up the league's probably a really good super sub. Finally, onto your youth academy, and the only real player of note coming out of Bradford in the past couple of years has been Oliver Mcburney, who currently plays for the Scottish national team. I wouldn't push too hard with your youth academy to begin with. Because of this lack of reputation, I would probably focus on getting the 2 lowest rated scouts you can, sending one of them to England and then the other poor scout to Scotland, because that's where Bradford do like signing players from. You've got a couple of Scottish players in your first team already. Of course, Oliver Mcburney came to your academy after being released from Leeds, so I do think it is probably the most realistic nation other than England to send a youth scout for. I'd leave the 3rd slot blank because, like I said, Bradford's academy isn't exactly pushing up any trees. Hopefully you'll enjoy your Bradford save as much as I did. See if you can get the Bantams back to the top flight, and make sure you keep me updated by sending screenshots either on Discord or Twitter, maybe posting it to the FIFA Careers Reddit, and the links for everything is in the description below. Thank you all for watching this video. I know it's a shorter one than normal, but this is the third video in my EFL week where I talk about 7 interesting teams from the Football League. So check out the other 2 if you haven't already. I've put the playlist at the top of the video right now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you very soon. Suggest the teams for the series down below in the comments. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more, and goodbye.